Well, tonight on Connecticut's news station, a historic indictment. For the first time in our country's history, a former president has been indicted on federal charges. The latest development surrounding former President Donald Trump.
Pulled me out of there and started viciously beating me right in the face and the head. And
an elderly man was attacked and robbed inside his apartment. It's the second time an incident like this has happened to him. He talks about the traumatizing moment and what he wishes for moving forward.
And the air has cleared out, but we have some showers and thunderstorms that have popped up this evening, plus a brighter weekend forecast, all in the Weather Watch.
Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And we do start off with breaking news here at 6 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Carmen Chow. Donald Trump has become the first U.S. president to be indicted on federal criminal charges. The 37-count indictment against him was made public this afternoon. As we look live at Mar-a-Lago and Trump Tower, the charges come almost a year and a half after the FBI raid at Mr. Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida last summer. The 2024 presidential candidate is facing 37 counts on 7 charges, including making false statements, conspiracy to obstruct, and willful retention of national defense information. President Biden declined to comment on the subject today. Meanwhile, tonight, President Trump has denied any wrongdoing in the case. Fox's Madeline Rivera has more from Washington.
Special counsel Jack Smith speaking for the first time after a federal grand jury indicted former President Trump on 37 counts, including willful retention of national defense information, conspiracy to obstruct justice, and false statements.
We have one set of laws in this country, and they apply to everyone.
In the unsealed indictment, Trump is accused of improperly storing top-secret documents, quote, in a ballroom, a bathroom and shower and office space, his bedroom, and a storage room. Prosecutors say in July 2021, during a meeting with a writer, publisher, and 2 members of his staff at his Bedminster Club in New Jersey, Trump showed a plan of attack prepared for him by the Department of Defense. Weeks later, Trump showed a representative of his Political Action Committee a classified map related to a military operation.
My office will seek a speedy trial in this matter, consistent with the public interest and the rights of the accused.
A close Trump aide, Walt Nauta, was also charged. Prosecutors allege Nauta, at Trump's direction, moved boxes from a storage room even after receiving a subpoena from a grand jury. Trump is defending Nauta and slamming the probe.
Our country is in decline. We're a failing nation, and this is what they do. I'm an innocent man. We will prove that again.
For his part, President Biden says he has not spoken to Attorney General Merrick Garland and has no comment on the indictment. And we'll have continuing coverage on the Fox 61 News at 10 and 11. Now, in the meantime, you can read the full indictment on fox61.com and on the free Fox 61 News app.
Meanwhile, as we do take a live look in Washington, D.C. tonight, President Biden is planning a trip here to Connecticut. The president's administration says that the president's coming to Connecticut next Friday. That's about all we know. We're still waiting to learn some details about where in the state he'll make this trip and what the purpose will be for the visit. Last time the president was in Connecticut was October of 2021, visiting the Capital Child Development Center in Hartford, as well as UConn's Stewart's campus.
New at 6, police are investigating after a crash involving a CT transit bus. New video just into the newsroom showing the scene. That car completely totaled. It happened in the area of Farmington Avenue and Sidoti Drive. Thankfully, the driver and some people on the bus are suffering minor injuries. No word yet, though, on what caused the crash. An investigation is ongoing.
Let's get a look at the forecast here. The air quality slowly getting back to normal.
Yeah, it has. Now, taking a look at video of the sunrise over Thompson from this morning, you can see it was still pretty hazy there. And looking live over Hartford now, it looks like we might get some rain.
Meteorologist Ryan Breton joining us now with a look at the forecast. All eyes on the weekend. Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, Ben and Carmen, as you can see there, though, the air quality has improved in a big way. And we actually have a few showers and thunderstorms that have popped up this afternoon. Nothing severe, but there is some heavy rain and a little bit of small hail in some spots. The strongest storm right now headed right into Cromwell. There was a report of some small hail as this went through Newington, and there may be some small small hail right around Route 99 and Cromwell right now. The core of this thunderstorm passing right through there, right near Cromwell High School. Might be a little bit of small hail falling there. Another cell in northeast Connecticut with a downpour and also possibly some small hail just sitting right now over Putnam and Pomfret. This activity will start to wane though once the sun goes down and will begin to dry out as we get past midnight. So here's the trend through the evening. It will be a cool night as we drop into the 50s, but a warmer day tomorrow as temperatures rise back up into the 70s after that cool start. And even warmer weather is ahead for Sunday. I'll be back to talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Ryan, thank you. An elderly man in Naugatuck recovering from his injuries after he was attacked and robbed Tuesday evening. I sat down with that man who shared with me the traumatizing moments and how his neighbors are reacting.
You don't have to go hit an old person over the life to rob them.
86-year-old Jack Hutt is calling himself one tough cookie after he says someone snuck inside his apartment while he was watching TV Tuesday evening. It happened just 15 minutes after his caretaker left his home.
Somebody had me around the neck, and they pulled me backward in the chair and everything upside down, pulled me out of there, and started viciously beating me right in the face.
Hutt says the suspect knew exactly what to look for before running away, the $900 in his right pocket. Surprisingly, Hutt was able to get on his feet to tell his neighbor, who called 911. The attack left him with multiple injuries he is still recovering from, as well as emotional trauma. The incident now keeping him up at night. Jack Hutt says this is the second time an incident like this has happened to him, and now he's taking extra safety precautions.
I got a couple of mops I put down, so they're in between the handles, so you can't open them.
The neighbors now reacting to the scary news.
They should have cameras. I mean, literally, if this is going on, they should have cameras on every pole so they could watch what goes on each person's porch.
If something's going to happen, it's going to happen. There's not a whole heck of a lot we can do about it, especially being inside.
Hutt now placing a baseball bat by his door in case it happens for a third time.
I'm waiting for a rematch.
Now, the important part, Jack is doing okay. He's still shaken up, understandably so, and so far no arrests have been announced by Naugatuck police.
Just incredible. Well, police are searching for drivers of two cars who were shooting at each other on I-84 in Waterbury. Police say last night around 7:30 they were dispatched after being made aware of these drivers shooting back and forth at each other while on the interstate. While on the way there, police were updated that one of those cars crashed and the driver of the car escaped. Police are now asking anyone with information to please give them a call. Well, while children are in school, of course, they have access to healthy meals, but as we go into the summer season, that access decreases significantly. In Hamden and New Haven, they're making sure that all children are fed this summer. Fox 61's New Haven County Bureau reporter Julia LeBlanc has more.
The need here in New Haven and in neighboring Hamden is only growing. That's why everyone's putting their heads together to make sure no child goes hungry this summer. This is the sound of happy kids with full bellies. But lunchrooms like this one at King Robinson School will be closed for the summer.
When school closes, hunger doesn't stop.
School meals are extremely important, and in the summertime, they don't get those school meals. So summer is detrimental to their health and well-being.
That's where Sherry Suber and her team at End Hunger Connecticut come in, providing free meals to students across the state during the summer months. In Hamden and New Haven, that happens at nearly 70 locations.
Every day we're feeding hungry kids, but there's still more hungry kids out there.
Gail Sherry has been the food service director for New Haven schools for 10 years. Though all students in the Elm City get free and reduced meals, their numbers drop each summer.
During the school year, I probably feed 15 to 16,000 lunches a day. And then during the summer, I'm barely doing 5 to 6.
So they use these vans to bring meals to the kids and chose strategic locations for summer meals.
Poverty levels are increasing, have increased significantly over the last 5 to 7 years in particular.
In Hamden, Superintendent Gary Highsmith is looking ahead to the fall. That's when the program that has given all U.S. students free meals during the pandemic comes to an end for Connecticut. Things will go back to the original model where parents must apply to get those meals, but not everyone does or knows about it.
we're going to do everything we can to raise awareness to make sure people understand how important it is to apply.
Because otherwise, kids could go hungry.
Child hunger doesn't take a summer break.
Now, Connecticut lawmakers did include $16 million for the next budget for school meals. That will not cover free meals for everybody. However, those who work in the school system say they're feeling lucky to get that money in the first place. We are in New Haven. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Julia, thank you. Happening now through tomorrow, a weekend of fun kicks off in downtown Hartford as the Hartford Taste Festival returns. Organizers say the two-day event is back with more food vendors, musicians, and artists. The block party on Constitution Plaza started at noon today and Saturday and goes until 9 p.m. The event is also free.
You can really try a little bit of everything, and what's really exciting is we have a lot of new restaurants participating today. There's been a lot of growth in Hartford. There's a real palpable vitality happening here, and you get a real flavor of it by walking around, saying hello to these small business owners, and tasting what they have to offer.
And money raised from food ticket sales will support Connecticut Food Share.
Connecticut's DEEP is issuing a reminder if you're heading out to a state park or recreation park this weekend, leave the booze at home. The Department of Energy and Environmental Protection has reissued a ban on alcohol at 7 recreational areas around the state starting today. Those areas include Gardner Lake State Park in Salem, George Waldo State Park in Southbury, Wadsworth Falls State Park in Middletown and Middlebury, Lake Warramog State Park in New Preston, Quadic State Park in Thompson, and several portions of Patchogue State Forest. The ban remains in effect all the way through Labor Day.